by the grace of God, when I finished my third degree in the United Kingdom, in Leeds, in the UK, I finished my degree in financial engineering and derivatives. That was a new course for many. I remember defending the initial defense of the proposal. Many of the finance professors were ignorant of what I was talking about because they have not specialized in that area, and they need to get some other professors from other places to be part of what I'm presenting so they can understand what I was talking about. It was a new area, and so by the grace of God, just about a little above 2 years and a few months, I was done with my work. In fact, when we started, I have some colleagues who said, what you have chosen is so tough. How can you be able to finish this? How will you do this? How will you do this? By the grace of God, I even left them there. I finished up. But the point I'm trying to make was, when I was finishing, as I was finishing, they sent 2 professors to me. They said, you are not going anywhere. You are not going back to Nigeria. You need to stay here. We need a resource like you here. We need people like you here who will give you all this and all that. And I said, no, I have something. I'm just beginning. In Nigeria, I need to go back there. It's something greater. They said, what are you beginning? You can be coming from the UK and coming back to Nigeria. I said, no, I need focus. It's a new work, because that's the year we're starting Impact, 2015. Just that early in the year. And then they were saying, you can go. And I said, no, I need full focus. The world demands more. And then I left that. I have a thriving business. I have this by the grace of God. I was doing. So I was not a beggar. I was not hungry. I was not planning for any retirement that some people were saying, you use ministry to retire. A young boy, how do you retire? In your early years, in your 30s, then you retire. And to cut the long story short, I left them. And as I was about leaving, they said, okay, if you don't want United Kingdom, we have a connection in Canada, and you can lecture there, you can be there, you have everything. And I have a second colleague. He was happy. He was even incidentally also having a ministry. I didn't know him. We met there in the UK, and then he said, I'm relocating. He moved his entire family to Canada to face the lecturing, and that was his decision. That's fine. But the point I'm making is that we are busy people, so we didn't just come and emerge overnight and say we want to preach. God did something in our hearts that made us to say, I abandon this and I abandon that. We abandon this and I abandon that. We abandon this and I abandon that. I remember a few years, I think 1 or 2 years after, somebody called me from the UK. He had met me in the UK. He said, what are you doing now, Dr. John? I said, I'm preaching. He laughed. He said, you are preaching? I said, yes. He said, what are you preaching? I said, I'm doing ministry. I'm working for God. I'm preaching. He said, you want to use a 4 PhD for preaching? You want to use, after all the labor and sacrifice, obtaining 3rd degree PhD in a new area, you want it to preach? I said, what else can I use it for? This is the greatest stars. This is the greatest one. This is the most beautiful thing to do. And then he thought, he said, I wanted to link you here and link you. I said, I don't need those links of lecturing. I've retired into this. I've majored and completely focused on this work of evangelizing my lost world. He was disappointed. Of course, since then, he had never reached me anymore, and I will never reach him over that. The point I'm making is this: there is something that we are pursuing. We are feeling that souls are lost. We are feeling that the coming of the Lord is coming closer and closer. And if we don't do something, if we don't lend our voice, if we don't add and join hands in the battle for truth, many people will be perishing, many will be lost, and God will ask you. He said, I revealed it to you, you did nothing about it. I sent you, you refused. You pursue naira and kobo instead of pursuing soul, and the Lord will judge you. The blood of many will be required at your hand because you failed. Was it that we're not preaching before that time? We are preaching personally, we are preaching, evangelizing, and we are doing all this and doing all that. But the Lord said, I wanted more from you. I wanted greater consecration. I wanted greater demand. And we're saying, Lord, take it all. My life belongs to you. My destiny belongs to you. My future belongs to you. Whatever I have or whatever I will ever have belongs to you. Take me and use me as you want. So this journey is not just start yesterday. It's a journey of God dealing with men and saying, leave all to pursue my vision. And he has been faithful. As you follow the voice of God, he will remain faithful. I didn't hear good amen.